The wood whirler is in. Let's get busy. Hey guys, well, welcome again. My videos coming out a little slower now. I mean, I got, several other projects going on at the same time that aren't related to wood turning, so sort of taking a back seat with me. But anyway, here's what we're going to make today. This is red oak. It was well, I call it a heel. It's like where a branch came out the side of a tree and then the tree cured itself, But what I found out when I got turning it was it had a great big old rotten area that went all the way through it. Well, you guys already know by now, once I start, I'm going to finish. So, I finished, and here's what I got. You want to see how I got here? Stay tuned. Well, what I've got here is, I ain't really sure. I was told it was oak. Had some rotten spots on it. I cut them off, and boy, it looks like it's going to be pretty. I was told it's a burl, but it's not a burl. It's like where a branch broke off and it healed. Like there was one here, and they sawed it off there, and you see you got this sort of like a deal right here. Whatever you call that. Here's the plan. I don't know if it'll work or not. I'm not really into making arty things, but I'm going to try it. So anyway, I'm going to cut this off right here with a bandsaw just in a minute. And I'm right there where I got that. I'm going to take put it on drill press and take the Forstner bit and make me a flat to put a face plate. So the idea then is to put it on the lathe and do the bottom, put a recess or a tenon on it. And then come up here after I flip it and sort of hollow it a little bit to make a bowl. But I think maybe I might try to save some of this and clean it up sort of like Gary of the Papa 1947 does, and Phil. Can't think of the name of his site now. Anyway, Phil in Washington State. They do a lot of that kind of stuff. I've never done much of it. I haven't been a real fan of arty things, but what the heck? I mean, I got it, and it's a shame to let it go to waste. It appears to be pretty solid, except right in there. So when I get this down and get screws in it, I'll see how good. I mean, it could be totally no good inside. So let me get over here and cut that off. All right, this is a little bit of a challenge how to figure out how to, to get this stable. But I've got a ratchet strap on it now. Okay, and it appears to be pretty good. So we'll see. That's in solid wood. That's how you tell right there. All right, let's get this on the lathe. All right, it's on here. The only thing I haven't done is check that, and that's on the money. Naturally, I'm going to be using my Beaver. Here's what surprises me. It's almost in balance. Right there. A little bit right there. That's got to be a little heavier. Huh. Interesting. Caught me off guard. Just a good habit. How much? That's a 600. It's no shake at all. A little shake right there. That's at 781. I think that's where I'll stop. I'm going to try to go around this way a little bit. Well, one right there. Uh-oh. Somebody forgot to tighten the rest down. Ooh, Dixie. Now there's a grand, that's where I like to turn. Pretty sure it's red oak after looking at the shavings. I've turned red oak before. Ooh-wee. Yeah, we in trouble there. We in trouble there. This may be a split epoxy job. Well, that's not getting no better. If anything, it's getting worse. You know, I sure got a lot of crane character in there. Okay. These things right here now, you have really got to hold on to them tight. Because they can catch and flip up on you in a heartbeat. Alright, I'm going to cut you off because I got to go get the hot glue gun and get it all set up. Alright, I think I got it ready. I used to cut up a piece of a total bolt container. What that dog's barking at, she always does that. And I made this, and I made it a little higher with this this stuff here. This company sent this to me a while back. I tried it once and didn't like it, but I think I like it now. It's called epoxy tape. Not supposed to melt or anything, and it comes from hippiecrafter.com. I'll put a note below on it. Seems to work. We'll see how well it works. All right, I'm going to use a total bolt 2-to-1. Well, this could be a little bit funny, but it wasn't to me. You know, I fixed that leak right there. And, you know, it started to sit up in the cup. So I just poured it in there like it was, and evidently the bottom had already set up. So it ended up like that. Let me unlock this. You know, it's cracked right in here a couple places. I did not even realize this stuff would sit up that quick. And that was a slow hardener now. I measured it right, I know I did. But, you know, if I use this again, which I will eventually, I'm going to cut back on the hardener a little bit. You know, resin by itself hardens even without hardener over time if you leave it out, so it's not a big deal. It'll just slow down the hardening time. Now, if you add more hardener than you need, it sets up quick, but it also gets very brittle. So, you know, you have to stay on it or under it. Right, so I'm gonna go over to the bandsaw and cut all that mess off and come back here and commence turning. Let's whirl it up and see what we got. Maybe. Sneak up on the hill. There it is. Well, no way I can see it. Where up. It's throwing some chunks. One hit me in the shoulder. It didn't feel very good. Good thing it hit me in my non-shingle shoulder. Here's to be fairly balanced. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up to a brand. Park my beaver for a minute. Oh, shit. I had to take that down with something else. Well, I'm getting the hang of that a little bit. We are now. Okay, that's the size of my tenon right there, so I'm gonna come in there and make it. We'll see. There's my dovetail making tool. Got the angle just right, see? Hey. Anyway, I'm going to use this big grinder to flatten this and go around here and clean all this mess up best I can. And then the sandal flex to clean all this out. May have to use something else to get that and that and that. But that's the plan, man. We'll start with this one. Like it, like it. Alrighty. I don't know if this will work or not. I can see now I'm going to need the dust collector. I'm going to start with 80, work my way down to about 320. Going to have the dust collector on, and off we go. I'm only going to work on the flat right here. I'm not going to work on all this yet. Yeah, this be red oak, my friends. Oops, didn't mean to do that.
That's harder than that, too.
Yes, sir, it is. And I ain't got a pillar. Because I call this marathon table. Well, I had to change the whole setup on the back. I put a faceplate plate on it. Got 4 little screws, but I'll just deal with those. All right, let's see if that's any better. Next morning, and this stuff looks like it's pretty dry right now. This is that 30-minute epoxy. It doesn't set up quite as well as the expensive stuff, but what you got's what you got. So anyway, all I'm going to do now is take this die grinder here and cut a little sanding pad on it. I'm going to just sort of clean it up a little bit, and then I'm going to mix some clear epoxy and paint the inside. Whatever marks are there, it'll hide them. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. I think I run out of battery here. And go get a new one. Let's just do that. brush. It's in my pocket. Alright, just gonna pour some in the bottom here. Maybe about all of it. I'm working it up the sides. I'm gonna put some in here. Hey, good morning. I'm not happy at all with this. This is, you know, inside just a piece of crap. It's just so rough. I wish I'd have left that glue block on it now, because I'd have put it back on and seen if I couldn't turned it out. I'm gonna try to sand it out, but here's the deal. It must have had a leak. That is flat to the table. So I guess I'm gonna try to get it off. Might be a little bit, might be a lot, I don't know. There you go. Yeah, it looked like it was leaking in there. You see the epoxy there? All right, well, I got it looking pretty good. It surprised me. But mainly here's what I used right here with, I guess that's 2 inch. And I went from 80 down to this is 540. I think it's what it is. 240, sorry. That's 240, that's where I stopped at. And I got it pretty smooth. I'm getting ready to maybe put some sealer and do a little hand sanding on it. I know I've already got this done once, but I got it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that absolutely has beautiful figure in it. Right in here, beautiful. And of course, it's also out here, right in this area. This was all rot. I mean, it was rot. Like the whole big limb, that big around, rotted all the way from one end to the other. Had I known that, I probably wouldn't have even done this. Looks like I need to do a little bit more blowing in here. I'm getting ready to put this on the wheel, on the buffing wheels. First, I'm gonna hit it very lightly with a little 400. Yep, to see what we got here. Well, it's done. Oh, this looks just like the beginning, doesn't it? Well, it is, because a video going right after the other. I always do that. This is an afterthought. Sometimes I change hats or change shirts so it doesn't look like I do them, 1-2, but that's the way I always do it. So it's, here you go. It's all finished. You guys saw how I did it with the epoxy in here. It had lots of problems, but I slowly but surely have overcome them. And it's really a very pretty piece. It has so much pretty figure in it here. I'm gonna get the good camera out and take some pictures of it so that it shows it. I've got one of those cameras that really takes details. I mean, normally I take them with this video camera. And it's not near as good. So I'll do that, and it'll be at the end, and hopefully maybe you can see all this pretty figure in it. Alrighty? Well, subscribe. Tell your friends, Get my subscriber list growing. It's slacking off lately. I think it's because I'm not putting them out as much, but, that's just Well, that's just the way it is. I think this is, what, 248 or 249. So, you know, that's a lot of videos. I'm striving for 300. I'm going to retire from YouTube when I hit 300. But that's a ways away. That's 50 something, 51 or 2 videos to go. So anyway, hey, call your mama. The wood burner has left the building.